Carl Jung's contributions to psychology are invaluable, especially in managing anxiety. According to the channel Carl Jung Philosophy, anxiety isn't just a bothersome feeling, it's a message from deep within our subconscious. Ignoring these signals can increase stress and make things worse. In this video, we'll explore effective methods recommended by the Carl Jung Philosophy channel to help you overcome overwhelming worry once and for all. The first crucial step is to make your anxiety tangible and real. Think of anxiety as a heavy burden on your mind, arising naturally from everyday pressures, uncertainties about the future, and unresolved past traumas. But rather than seeing anxiety as an enemy, Carl Jung's approach views it as a valuable opportunity for self-understanding and personal growth. To do this successfully, you need to clarify what your anxiety is really about. Jung believed that our subconscious isn't just a storage of forgotten memories. It's a powerful force striving to communicate through complex symbols and vivid images. Trying to suppress anxiety usually only makes it stronger. Instead, focus on understanding what it's trying to tell you, using insights from Jungian psychology. Imagine your anxiety as a separate entity, not just a fleeting thought. What strange shape does it take? Is it a shadow lurking in the dark, a whispering voice, or something else entirely? Perhaps it resembles a frightened child lost in darkness. Turning an abstract emotion into a concrete image gives you control over it. By interpreting its symbolic message, you can start managing it effectively, taking charge instead of being overwhelmed. Jung emphasized the importance of establishing a constructive dialogue between your conscious mind and the unconscious. Instead of fighting your anxiety, try to talk to it. Ask what prompted its appearance and what important message it wants to convey. The answers may seem illogical at first, but remember, your subconscious communicates mainly through symbols, not through straightforward logic. Jung believed that the more your mind honestly opens to the unconscious, the closer you come to achieving inner harmony. With understanding and insight into your anxiety, you can transform feelings of fear into growth and ease your troubled mind. View this process as an exciting opportunity for discovery, not a desperate struggle. Anxiety is a unique chance to restore balance within yourself. When you work with it, you transform anxiety from a suppressive force into useful energy, which you can then skillfully manage. As Carl Jung wisely said, those who are unaware of their unconscious mind will eventually have to live with its relentless influence. The second important step is to establish a full dialogue. Imagine your anxiety as a specific, tangible person. Talk to it honestly. Don't hesitate to ask what it desperately wants to tell you, what hidden truth it's trying to reveal. At first, this may seem strange, but remember, your subconscious speaks in symbols and mysterious images. Communicating with anxiety as a vivid character is a powerful tool for exploring the deeper layers of your inner world. Carl Jung believed that repressed emotions do not simply disappear. They retreat into the unconscious only to return later with greater force. The longer you ignore them, the more they press on your consciousness. Start a dialogue with your subconscious to uncover those important aspects you've been trying to suppress. Anxiety is a valuable messenger, not an enemy. If you ignore it, its quiet whispers will soon turn into deafening screams. Close your eyes for a moment and vividly imagine your anxiety in detail. What does it look like? Is it human-like, a shadow, a wild animal, or something abstract, an unfamiliar shape? What is it trying to tell you? Ask it key questions. Why have you appeared now? What exactly are you warning me about? Why did I suddenly notice you so clearly? At first, silence may feel ominous, but Jung's philosophy assures us that, over time, the unconscious will open up and begin to communicate confidently through vivid symbols. This constructive dialogue significantly reduces anxiety's power because it often feeds on ignorance. Understanding the hidden symbols of your subconscious gives you the control you need. For example, you might discover recurring fears rooted deep in childhood. Try to decode their true message. Perhaps your mind is pointing to urgent changes needed or truths you have long rejected. Jung believed that inner dialogue is one of the most effective ways to find peace with yourself. There's no need to fight anxiety. Try to understand it instead. It's not a burden, but a wise guide eager to teach you something. Realize that your fears are just shadows of the past. Immediately reconnect with your unconscious to discover what it's really trying to communicate. Once you listen carefully and understand your anxiety, it will lose its power over you, and you will finally become truly free. The third important step is to listen carefully to the responses you receive. After a thorough conversation with your anxiety, try to pay close attention to what it tells you. Remember, the unconscious doesn't speak directly. Its language is made up of vivid symbols, fleeting feelings, and memorable images. To understand these responses, you need to be fully open to communicating with your rich subconscious. Think of it as a channel, like Carl Jung described. He emphasized that the mind has a much deeper structure than simple rational thought. It's shaped by complex symbols, ancient archetypes, and the depths of the unconscious itself. When trying to understand your anxiety's messages, be prepared for a meaningful encounter with these mysterious symbols. You might see a vivid image, a scene from childhood, or feel a strong, unfamiliar emotion, or hear a recurring metaphor. The unconscious speaks in riddles and subtle hints. Don't rush to judge these responses based only on their surface meaning. A bright image, a random word, a powerful feeling, these are valuable clues from your inner wisdom. Your rational mind may not always catch these subtle symbols, but trusting your intuition can strengthen your connection with your inner world. As you analyze your reactions driven by anxiety, ask yourself these key questions. What specific feelings does this symbol evoke? What event might this feeling be connected to? Have I experienced something similar before? The voice of anxiety might stem from a long-forgotten trauma or serve as an important warning, which you may have been dismissing for a long time. Answers can come to you in dreams, in a personal journal, or during a sudden flash of insight. You can't force your subconscious to respond immediately, but if you give it space, it will speak in its own time. Carl Jung believed that achieving inner wholeness comes through ongoing dialogue between consciousness and the unconscious. If you reject the message of anxiety for any reason, your subconscious will only increase its pressure. But by listening carefully and working to interpret it correctly, reaching a long-awaited balance becomes much easier. Remember, anxiety is not your enemy, but a loyal protector. When understood properly, it can become a guide that heightens your awareness. The fourth important step is to express your feelings. After making your anxiety visible, having a thorough conversation with it, and carefully listening to its messages, it's now time to consciously express your genuine emotions. The more suppressed emotions you carry, the harder they are to control over time. Expressing your feelings directs the energy of the unconscious in the right direction, significantly reducing the destructive impact of anxiety. Here, the connection to Carl Jung's philosophy, along with art, writing, and creative self-expression, is especially important. Unconsciousness reveals itself not only through words, but also through vivid images, complex symbols, and artistic expressions. It often takes shape as anxiety, transforming into a specific form. Be honest with yourself. Write down your deepest feelings in a personal journal. Express them in simple, accessible words. Let go of intrusive thoughts and clear your mind. Writing helps organize the chaos in your subconscious and allows you to see your thoughts from a different perspective. This can help you understand the root of your worries and unravel the knots in your inner world. But writing isn't the only way to connect with your unconscious. Carl Jung's philosophy emphasizes that art is a powerful way to express the unconscious mind. Drawing, painting, sculpting, or making music, all these are ways to tap into hidden energy within you. The goal isn't to create a masterpiece, but to express your inner feelings. Transfer images and thoughts onto paper to uncover the symbols your subconscious offers. Jung believed that skillfully channeling unconscious energy into creative activity is a crucial step toward achieving psychological wholeness. This helpful method can significantly reduce anxiety and help you understand its hidden messages more deeply. Expressing your feelings means acknowledging and accepting them fully. Suppressing genuine emotions only causes them to build up, potentially leading to destructive stress or disturbing dreams. Your subconscious is trying to tell you something. When you openly express your emotions, you relieve pressure and make anxiety more manageable. Expressing feelings is a beautiful way to tell your subconscious, "I hear you." As Jung's philosophy states, a person becomes spiritually free only when they accept themselves as a whole. Don't see anxiety as a problem. Focus instead on the valuable messages it contains. By creatively exploring your inner world, you turn anxiety into a source of strength, guiding you toward mental freedom. The fifth step is to make a conscious, well-considered conclusion. After successfully completing the previous steps and noticing your awareness gradually change, it's important to arrive at a mindful decision. Otherwise, this cycle may repeat itself unconsciously. Objectively evaluate all the insights you've gained and skillfully incorporate them into your daily life. Jung believed that true inner transformation occurs through proper interpretation and effective use of messages from the subconscious. What exactly was your anxiety trying to tell you? What important messages did you receive? What valuable insights arose? Carefully analyze these and interpret them wisely. Your subconscious communicates through complex symbols. Pay attention to what it's telling you. Understand the true and deep reason behind your inexplicable worries. Often, anxiety has roots far deeper than they seem at first glance. It could be just a distant echo of childhood fears or a buried trauma. Get to the core of your feelings to clearly see the message anxiety is sending you. Treat anxiety like an accurate compass, not as an enemy, but as a wise guide to important truths. Finally, make a conscious decision about what to do next. It might be difficult to pinpoint exactly what your anxiety is indicating, but Carl Jung's philosophy offers help. He believed that achieving wholeness requires confronting your shadow, the darker parts of yourself you've long suppressed. Maybe it's hard to accept certain aspects of yourself, or you're dealing with a situation that constantly causes stress. Decide firmly what actions you will take. Learn how to skillfully integrate these insights into your life. Look closely in the mirror at the most private corners of your personality. Accept them completely or choose to reject them forever. When you receive the message your anxiety is offering, you'll find it easier to transform it. Instead of letting it control you unchecked, you'll be able to move forward with understanding and acceptance. A mindful conclusion means not only recognizing anxiety as it truly is, but also making a final decision on what to do next. Ask yourself honestly, how has this valuable insight changed me for the better? How do I now view myself and my past? See your anxiety as a wise teacher, not as an unsolvable problem. That's when real transformation begins. Carl Jung believed that we are truly free only when we can illuminate our own darkness. Now you are fully in control of your anxiety, and this confident step marks the start of your journey toward inner peace. The sixth important step is to actively analyze your dreams. To reach the root of your worries and grasp their meaningful message, turn to your dreams. Dreams are a direct expression of the subconscious, speaking in complex symbols and revealing realities that the conscious mind may struggle to understand. Jung held that the mind is shaped not only by conscious thoughts, but also by vivid images, ancient archetypes, and complex symbols from the unconscious. Dreams allow these hidden truths to surface, helping you understand the underlying dynamics of your anxieties. Many fears and conflicts, as well as unresolved issues, are reflected in dreams, often because we consciously ignore or repress them. Intense emotions we're unaware of also manifest in dreams. Therefore, careful dream analysis is a powerful tool for addressing pressing problems. Dreams often speak in a subtle way, sending valuable messages through interesting metaphors and complex symbols. According to Carl Jung's philosophy, dreams are fueled not only by personal experiences, but also by the collective unconscious. Bright images you see may contain universal symbols. For example, a snake might symbolize a deep dive into your subconscious, while a sturdy bridge could represent an important and long-awaited transition in life. It's crucial to interpret these complex symbols correctly, especially in relation to your rich inner world. Repeating themes you can't quite understand may hint at the fears you need to work on. If certain difficult situations, familiar people, or specific places frequently appear in your dreams, it's a sign that your subconscious is trying hard to communicate. By paying close attention to your dreams, you can get to the root of your anxiety and discover its true message. If you often feel lost, your mind might be seeking internal guidance. Emotions experienced in dreams can help you better understand the depth of your worries. Dream analysis isn't just about uncovering hidden meanings, it's also about learning how to effectively integrate this valuable insight into your daily life. Dreams guide us, but it's up to our consciousness to interpret them correctly and take appropriate action. Once you've deciphered a complex dream message, think about how you plan to use this important information. If you often face numerous obstacles in your dreams, there may be an internal barrier in your waking life that needs to be overcome. If you frequently revisit old memories, it might be time to face the past and finally accept it. Understanding what you see allows you to use this knowledge for personal growth. Analyzing your vivid dreams can help you identify the root of oppressive fears, confront them bravely, and learn to be aware of and fully control your anxieties. Eventually, you'll learn how to navigate your rich subconscious and reach a level of awareness that enables you to transform your fears. These fears no longer have to rule you ruthlessly. A crucial step is recognizing your true self and your shadow. Many internal conflicts and anxieties stem from a contradiction between who we really are and who we think we should be. People often play a role in society, trying to meet expectations and highlight certain attractive aspects of themselves, while suppressing others to be accepted. This is where Carl Jung's concept of the persona comes into play. The persona is the colorful mask we wear in social situations, hiding parts of our true selves. Here is the simplified, clear, and natural English version suitable for narration. This trait is most visible in busy business life, complicated family relationships, and social environments. It clearly defines who we are now, but it doesn't always reflect our true selves. Sometimes it pushes us away from our own authenticity. This trait is essential for surviving in society, but problems arise when we fully identify with it. Wearing this fake mask all the time leads to internal conflicts. For example, we might suppress our true, deep emotions to create an image of strength and constant success. Or we might ignore our many desires and fears to meet everyone's high expectations. All of this builds what psychologists call the shadow, which gradually accumulates in our subconscious. It shows up as constant anxiety and destructive stress. This is where Carl Jung's concept of the shadow comes into play. The shadow consists of hidden parts of ourselves that we try not to accept for various reasons. We reject what we see as bad or immoral to meet the high standards of modern society. Sometimes these repressed negative aspects suddenly surface as uncontrollable anger or obsessive worry. Can we ever overcome this constant anxiety without knowing about our dark shadow? No, that's simply impossible. Jung believed that a person becomes whole when they recognize and face their dark shadow. Instead of constantly suppressing it or running away in panic, we need to understand it, evaluate it properly, and make peace with it. Because the shadow contains not only darkness, but also our rich potential, parts of ourselves we can develop. Rather than seeing the shadow as the enemy, Jung recommended establishing a conscious, balanced relationship with it. To get to know your dark side better, pay attention to difficult situations and strong emotions that cause discomfort. Understanding your shadow means understanding yourself on a much deeper level. If you only live according to your superficial persona, you'll lead a shallow life and soon lose your inner peace. But if you recognize and accept your dark shadow fully, you will become a whole, self-sufficient person. You'll be able to identify the root of your anxiety and finally free yourself from it. Dive deep into your subconscious. When you finally find the right balance between your false persona and your shadow, you'll start living true to your unique self, no longer according to others' expectations. At this important stage, anxiety no longer acts as a destructive force that holds you back. Instead, it becomes a helpful guide on your journey toward inner transformation. True freedom comes when you fully accept all parts of yourself. In this short video, we share how to finally stop worrying based on insights from the Carl Jung Philosophy channel. Subscribe now to our channel, Carl Jung Philosophy, for more useful content.